Dawson with you, and I'm joined by Mr. Lukey Moore. £123 for a Child's England kit, Lukey Moore. Would you spend that amount of money?
I wouldn't.
No.
I find it yeah, I don't really use that.
No, I
would happily use it. I'm not against it in principle, but I do think that is the 123 quid, is that for the athletic kit or the stadium kit? 'Cause they're different, aren't they?
Oh, right, okay. Stadium kit's for fatty boom booms like me.
Yeah.
And then the athletic kit is for the actual football.
And you're saying this is for a child's kit?
For a child's kit, 123. 123 is the thing that they write on Facebook Marketplace when they want you to make an offer. Like, fuck off. Just write what you'd accept and I'll bloody pay it. So crying out loud.
So apparently the infant kit is 65 quid.
Right.
I mean, it is a piss take. Like, honestly, I know this is proper, like, that bloke off the One Show chat, Martin Lewis chat, but, I mean, you do get fucking ripped off in the UK. Like, honestly, and do you know part of the reason for it? Part of the reason for it is because the economy's shit for those different reasons, obviously, which is boring to talk about. But another part of it is, you know why? Because British people are meek. They are meek.
Meek.
They are.
Right.
They won't complain about anything. British people do not do things like, I mean, I can think of one riot in the last, however many years. There was the poll tax riots in the 80s.
And that was just because somebody left some scaffolding poles around.
And there was one in like 2012. We get mugged off every single fucking day in England. Yeah. And no one says anything.
Yeah, but it's all small. Yeah, but our default setting has been curmudgeonly. Do you know what I mean?
No, our default setting is being born to be ruled over, I think. I don't think it's curmudgeonly. I think it's like we're just meek.
Yeah, but I think people are like that though, isn't it? I mean,
French aren't like that.
Well, they certainly have riots, but I mean, they have to accept a hell of a lot, don't they? I mean, you look at how the Americans are, they're no kings thing that will have taken place by the time we do this.
They've done quite a few of them already.
They've done quite a few of them. And it's kind of like a lot of like those libertarians sort of slipped very easily into, well, if you're gonna fuck around and find out with a member of the police force and stuff like that, they all love it. We all love it.
But respectfully, I think that's a different point. I agree with the point, but I think that, the fact that those libertarian types who spent their whole fucking lives talking about don't tread on me, get out of my business, and we
shouldn't have driving licenses.
Yeah. They're like proper debates about that. State-sponsored government fucking overreach where they're actually killing citizens with no due process, and they don't care. It's because they're just so stupid and so misguided, and their positions are so theoretical that they don't have the wherewithal.
If it's tested by the smallest amount,
they don't know what to do. But I think in the UK, the English particularly...
Is this about Pret a Manger again?
Nah,
could be.
I'll go Pret in a minute, actually. Get a nice chicken laksa soup. But no, I think it's a hangover from the class system. Yeah. I think it's because we're used to being ruled. And I just don't think... And also, we don't want to make a fuss.
The way that we sort of gravitate to toffs in quite
defer to them should be, because of their accents and stuff.
But like, there's some assumption that the aristocracy should rule over us and should be in
it's the natural order of things. Yeah. I think also,
when you see some of Reform, you do go, maybe there's something like
that. all that's been like. That's quite confusing now, though, isn't it? Because
Reform's been kind of subjugated by who's the other one?
Restore, more right or something.
Oh, is Restore the one where it's got a lot of like right wing?
It's Rupert Lowe.
Oh yeah, Rupert. Yeah, but then there's another. Isn't there another one? There's just it's really diluted old Farage. Maybe it's the Trump relationship that he's got. It's kind of.
Do you know what I think? Do you know what I honestly think? I think that Reform have now become mainstream, and they've already started to have to make some concessions. I see. And the mad bastards on the right don't like it. They're like, this is not fucking what I wanted. Well, hang on a minute. You're saying that you don't want to send all foreigners home? Well, fuck you then. It's really important to make the point as well, though, that for those listening to this who are younger, don't look up Rupert Lowe. He was a laughing stock for like 20 years, and rightly so.
Absolute joker.
And the fact that he's now seen as some kind of semi-credible character, like he was like a figure of fun for a long old time.
You'll always find a home there. Yeah, we can make a bit of cash.
But I'm not.
I just don't have the. I don't have the. It's the lack of creativity.
I won't be able to keep up with the lies.
Yeah, but the contortion. But you just move on, don't you? The contortions, there's no shame anymore. No. There's no truth anymore. You can't just sort of say one thing and then just go, on the libs.
Yes, liberal tears.
Liberal tears.
I'm not endorsing this. But I'm just making this as a point as an example. Like, obviously, if you're a politician or you're some kind of like politically adjacent kind of figure or something, you can't really say it. But you know, the only thing that ever gets things done is like proper, heavy-handed, like dangerous shit. Like you ain't get like there's a bunch of people. God bless them. I cycle past them quite a lot. Right near Parliament Square, which, by the way, you can't even protest in now because they've passed a law. So they're right next to it, waving their EU flags every day.
Yeah.
How long's it been now? 10 years? Maybe longer? Nothing's happened.
Yeah.
It won't happen.
No.
Because that's not how things happen. The way things happen is people get properly fucking angry and properly mad and do something drastic. And everyone goes, oh, shit. Because the wafer thin kind of boundary of respectability is what holds it all together. When the London riots happened in 2012, I think it was. Do you not remember some of the stats that were coming out about how they were briefing? They were really worried about it, and they were briefing that like there's only like 8,000 police officers in the whole of London.
Yeah,
because it's policed by consent, right?
Yeah.
And none of them have got any fucking way of controlling everything because there's not enough of them, right? And people started to realise that, and everyone shit themselves. And then I think it rained or something, so everyone just went home.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. That you can always guarantee a rainy day, can't you? Really, I suppose
That stops it as well.
it stops it.
So we haven't got the Iberian temperament.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think I sometimes just feel thoroughly ashamed of British people. Not me.
Not you.
No,
not
right,
me. You're
no.
fine. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But you know what I mean, though? It's just like, well, how much are you going to put up with? How much more are you going to put up with? You wake up in the morning, right? You feel a bit stressed because working culture in the UK is terrible. You've probably got a job you hate. Your boss is going to be one of those kind of Basil Fawlty type characters, always going to be a complete prick. You get in your car, which is really expensive. You can't afford to fill it up. You drive across pothole fucking roads all the way to work through traffic and end up feeling like shit when you get there, right? Like I say, your boss is a cunt. You don't get paid very much. Your tax rate is a fucking disgrace. And you come home and you do the whole thing again over and over and over again. And you sometimes complain about it online.
But that feels more like an office shooting rather than to overthrow the government. I've not said that. Sounds like that's more likely.
You simply do have to start somewhere. No, I'm obviously not saying that. But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
There are certain. Listen, I'm not going to put a name on it, but there are certain places in the world where they just wouldn't put up with that. They wouldn't put up with it, and I think it's shocking, really. Honestly, I do. Honestly,
especially because we don't have the political and kind of the policing to prevent us from protesting in that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, we haven't got like people like they do in, I don't know, Iran. Do you know what I mean? They're not like, they're not killing protesters.
Yeah.
They don't have the capacity.
You've got a democratic right here. No one fucking uses it.
No.
Yeah, no one really. I'm probably just as bad. In fact, I do vote, but that's pretty much it. I do get like, the other thing about it is, I think a lot of the psychology that underpins the fact that there's not probably more revolutions is that there's two main reasons. One is, I think Adam Curtis was talking about, one is there's no overarching unifying thing to believe in, whether that be a Christian God or communism or whatever, like a system.
Right.
And the second thing is that people are historically, despite what I've just said, in terms of like material possessions and sort of standard of living, it's really high now. The peasants' revolt. Yeah, they're living fucking horrible lives, right? A load of the rioting that happened ahead of the Civil Rights Act in the United States is because like African American people were being properly subjugated and killed for being black, right? It's serious stuff. The standard of living here, respectively, comparatively, is pretty high. I mean, people have got their mobile phones. They've mostly all got cars if they want one. They've all got massive tellies. They've all got the internet. But there's a lot of distraction stuff going on. You don't wake up in the morning, the first thing you think is, right, I'm going to get with the comrades and fucking... It just doesn't happen anymore, does it? So I wonder whether the time of that in this country is over anyway.
Is that just like we've replaced religion, we've replaced, everything else with capitalism? We just kind of like...
I guess so, yeah.
Buy some more stuff. That'll make me feel better.
Does it make you feel better?
Always does.
Same.
What's the next thing you're going to buy?
Do you know what made me... Well, I'll tell you something that made me really fucking happy this week when I was having a bit of a shitty one. A load of golf clubs.
A load of golf clubs just arrived.
Yeah. That's me sorted.
That's me happy now. Do you look at them and go, ooh? Are you not worried that you're going to scratch them as you whack them around?
I am a bit worried about that. Yeah.
What you need to do is do what I do whenever I buy something. Just give it a little scratch. And it's done.
Just get it done.
I
love them when they're in the bag. I don't love them as much when I'm swinging them.
It's hard. It's heavy.
You should get into golf. You'd be wacky on the course.
Have the that's it's patience, isn't it? You've really got to have concentration and patience, and I just expect to be good.
Without being the most boring middle-aged man in the world, and the cliche of a middle-aged man, there is something very therapeutic and mindful about playing golf. I didn't expect it at all when I started playing, and it totally caught me by surprise.
Yeah,
when you're there on your own and it's in the fresh air, and it's normally quite quiet.
You don't have a dog?
No, I don't. I don't think I've come to the conclusion I don't think I'm really a dog person.
No, that's all right.
I think I like.
Now there's the previously mentioned Alex Gonzalo on this show. He's not.
What is he like?
Cats. He's a cat guy.
Yeah, I've got a couple of cats. They're great.
Yeah.
Really good
Tidy.
company. Yeah, they're clean.
The house doesn't smell like piss.
No, they're
all
great
the time.
company. They good value. They do funny things. There's a reason cats are like massive on the internet because they do funny stuff.
I think dogs are funnier. Dogs are stupid.
The thing is, I do love dogs.
From a.
I just don't want one.
Yeah.
The wife I have access to doesn't like dogs' mouths.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slobbery mouths.
The slobbery where they're always up to stuff. You know, they're always got their face in a shit.
And they're obsessed with food, aren't they?
Obsessed with food. They'll just eat and eat.
If you just gave your particular dog, unlimited food, would it die?
I don't know.
Because how's that evolved to be a beneficial trait?
I don't think animals ever have that that much of a surplus. And if they do die, it's a great death. And all the other dogs go. Did you hear about Steve the dog? He ate himself to death, and they're like, oh shit, fucking dream.
Because you can buy products which actually slow dogs eating down, can't you?
Right. Okay.
So you put their food in like a certain food bowl, which means they have to work a bit harder to get the food.
Oh
yeah.
Because
otherwise they'll make themselves ill. I mean, it's mad.
I don't know Sammy because it's just too quick. Because he'll eat his food and then go on to Lola's. That's not right. Bit of controversy on the homestead. I
love to hear it.
I was my daughter has a name that is my second name and my partner's second name.
Yeah. Which one's first?
It's Donaldson Champion. So Champion's obviously a better name, so that's the surname, right?
Right.
And Donaldson is the middle name. And we had like an argument about whether it was 2 second names without the hyphen, like Bonham Carter.
Does that not have to be hyphenated though?
I presumed it. Well, no, I think you can get away with not hyphenating it. But
right.
I said, no, we definitely agreed that Champion will be the second name.
I mean, you should be squaring this away
Should
way
be
ahead of
squaring this
time.
But apparently I wrote that it was the middle name, so that's what's on our passport.
Oh, good.
Her adoption certificate, everything is just Donaldson as middle name and Champion the second name. My take is that...
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. But because I'm the one who fills in the forms, because I know me way around a PDF and I've got a computer.
I mean, I like Sarah, but she must be terrible at this. if you're the one doing it.
I completely agree.
If you're the one being chosen
but
to
I'm
do
effective. I'm the one who's getting all of that PDFs together and stuff. Because Sarah she's like an advert for Cupertino, California. She does everything from show prep for a radio show to managing like her banking, everything she does on her mobile phone.
Right.
She rarely, if ever, uses a laptop for anything. If I've got to do anything more complex than writing a text message, and even then with WhatsApps that are more complicated, I like to have a computer.
I'm a laptop guy.
I'm a laptop guy massively.
I'm a hiney man.
I'm a hiney man. And she administers the entirety of her life on her mobile phone. It's very impressive, but I don't know how. I just feel like it's too small a window for your life.
Yeah, I've found myself in the middle of this house move negotiation. If it's like a serious email, I can't do it on my phone.
No.
It doesn't feel right.
No, yeah.
I don't want the old sent from my iPhone on there. I want people to think that I'm paying attention to this shit. I'm not on the train or something.
Yeah.
No, I think so. So what's the upshot of this then? Have you been in trouble?
A little bit, but I was like, she should have noticed that by now, that's not her middle name. That is her middle name.
It's a delightful insight into how your mind works, because your takeaway from this is not that you made a colossal fuck up.
Didn't do a colossal fuck up.
She should have noticed it earlier.
I was under the impression, I'm relatively 100% certain that we agreed that Donaldson Champion is an unwieldy second name, and so putting Donaldson is the middle name.
It's like a 6-syllable surname.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
My the son I have access to won't sleep beyond 5:15 a.m.
Yeah, I would say that's a bigger problem for everyone. Yeah.
It's just brutal.
Especially like if you're ever out and about and you go to bed after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
And I'm talking about like proper ready to start the day at 5:15.
Why are you not drinking rock? And like, it's not as if like with a child that age, they can just potter about. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to be on him.
He's starting to get to the level now where he will maybe just read a couple of books and
Right.
muck about with his toys for a bit.
Right.
And he doesn't need any intervention. But luckily, the Wi-Fi I've access to is not currently working.
Mm.
So that relieves the pressure. It's just like, well, if we can get him up and get him to nursery, I'll take him in on the way into work.
Mm.
And she's got the day to herself, so she can rest and sleep if she wants.
Right.
So we work it out.
Nice.
But we are on the cusp of doing teaching him about what morning actually is, and
Get one of those.
He's got a grow clock. He's got a grow clock.
Is that what it is? Just kind of like
he's starting to work it out now.
Right.
So basically, the way it works, it's got Ollie the owl in the middle,
Right.
and you put him to bed to sleep when he goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And then if he wakes up and Ollie's still asleep, he knows it's not morning.
Right.
And he gets that.
Nice.
What he doesn't get is that not screaming for us.
Yeah.
To tell us.
Night screams.
Yeah.
Guys, there's a night scream. Guys. Oh, what he's telling you that
I've
Ollie the
woken
owl's
up
asleep.
and like you asked me to. I've acknowledged that he's still asleep. It's like no. You stay there.
You stay there.
Sleep.
You go back to sleep. Yeah, you go back
time.
to sleep.
And
Yeah.
it becomes more complicated because obviously it started to get lighter in the morning. Because he's like, daytime, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like,
Ollie the Owl's a liar.
Yeah.
It sounds like Ollie the Owl.
I am
The
starting
problems
to
with Ollie the Owl.
question. I'm starting to question
Ollie the Owl's
the
wisdom.
authenticity of Ollie's story. Yeah. Right, let's have a break. When we come back, we'll do some more emails. We've got a battery as well this week. Woohoo!
Well, back to Luke Pete Show. If you've got a battery that you found in your possession, maybe in your shed, maybe in a drawer, we want to hear from you. Let us know what brand it is. Take
We
a
had
picture.
a brand new player last week, didn't we?
Let's see your fingernails.
I think we had a brand new player
We
last
did.
week.
We did indeed. This is from Malcolm Bridges, who sent in a flurry of batteries apparently on the 24th of March. He's trying to, he's being the change he wants to be, really.
They're pushing the boundaries of how the system actually works, but as long as we only accept one, it's fine.
True. Yes, final entry for now in my Battery Daddy campaign, a Paygong. Paygong, P-E-I, gong, found in the recently deceased bathroom scale. It lived a good life. Fingers crossed, boys. Love the show.
A bathroom scale is certainly a very dignified way for a battery to perform its task, I would say.
There was this, there's a lot of love for drug dealer scales that there's a lot of like, decent, weird Chinese batteries that come out of them, almost specifically. Those little kind of like kitchen scale sort of thing. We do get a lot of emails about the kitchen scales.
Well, Paygong, Peigong, is, for the second week in a row, a brand new player.
Hey!
Congratulations to you, Malcolm.
Well done.
Love to hear from
The
Malcolm
flurry
as well.
The flurry was worth it.
I don't think it's funny, but Malcolm's, I'm not going to read his email address out because that would be fair.
No.
Or legal, probably. But he's got a 95 in his email address, which says to me he was probably born in 1995. Who on earth is naming their son Malcolm in 1995?
Could he not have got his email address then? What is it? Is it a Gmail?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no then. Because mine was Pete Donaldson _99 at yahoo.co.uk for a long time. I've just doxed myself.
Yeah, but you're not using that anymore,
in a mailbox that
I had
I'll never know.
I had one, the Bronx 51 at hotmail.com.
You did. I remember the Bronx, yeah.
Do you know why it was the Bronx? I told you that story.
Is it a rap song?
No, it's that when I first went to Farnborough College, where I met Marcus, he was a year behind me, and Jim was a year behind me as well. I did trials for the football team,
right,
and got into the second 11, and they do all that initiation stuff.
I see.
And part of the initiation was that they turn up at your halls of residence room, and they grab you and take you to the bar and make you drink beer and stuff.
Right.
And you don't know it's happening, right? And then when they take you there, they stand you up in the circle and they talk about all the stuff that's embarrassing about you to kind of humiliate you as part of the kind of induction.
Yeah.
And when I was first there, this happened like within like 2 weeks of being there. I didn't know anyone or anything. I just done the trials that week or something.
Yeah.
And it was great. I loved the football team. It was really good stuff. But retrospectively, it was fine. But at the time, it was a bit embarrassing because my parents had just been on holiday to the US with my sister. I didn't go, obviously, because I was older. And they got me a USA Dream Team basketball shirt.
Right, yeah.
And I was wearing that when they turned up. And I think they thought I was some kind of guy who loved
those American things.
Yeah, and so they started.
You are a guy who loves
Well,
American
I
things.
know, but they started. They kept saying. They kept calling me the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Yeah,
That's enjoyable. That's all right.
I guess because that's one of the most American things they could think of.
The Bronx is a very funny and pretty, let's face it, pretty cool nickname.
So everyone, yeah, but I mean,
everyone called
for
you the
me,
Bronx.
Not when you see me.
The
so
Bronx.
So that's where it came from. And so I had the nickname. So I had the email address, the Bronx.
The Bronx. Did you see that? I've seen the Jack Reacher man, the big Jack Reacher man.
Yeah, Lee Child.
The writer.
Yeah, Lee Child.
The guy who plays Jack Reacher
That's
in
who
the
that
TV
is.
show.
Let me look it up.
He's a man who's like bigger than all of the other men, and he's, trend up to 1 million. Like he's big old muscular man.
Alan Richson.
Alan Richson, and he's about like 7 foot, and he's good looking and very muscular, and dads love that TV show because basically it's all
makes them feel like they could do like that.
Yeah, it's all built around like, oh, you've kicked the wrong wasp nest here, because fucking Jack Reacher's gonna just smash the shit out of you.
Apparently he's only 6'3".
He's a bigger man. He's massive, but he recently was driving his motorbikes around with his kid around pretty
he
built up
you about
area.
to say he beat up his neighbour?
And he beat up his neighbour, British
yeah.
bloke. But the neighbour, the video is like the neighbour going, like, try to push this gigantic man off his bike. And then the bloke just absolutely fills him in because he's massive and muscular.
Why did he try and push him off his bike?
I think he was sort of saying that he was annoyed that he was making a lot of noise and riding the bikes around and stuff. But
I mean, you got to be pretty stupid to take that guy on.
yeah, I mean, there's disco
Kids
muscles
involved
and
as well.
muscles as
Kids
well.
involved as well.
Yeah.
I'm really addicted to watching little amateur fights online.
What little just people,
Like little
just
bust ups in the
little
park.
bust ups in the park.
One of the best ones is have you seen the Box Park Wembley one?
Yeah, the Xbox.
Julius Francis.
Yeah, the Xboxer just absolutely creams him.
It's delicious, isn't it? I know part of me thinks he shouldn't be doing that, but it's
It should be
fucking
doing
great.
that, yeah. I think if that gets to court, you're a trained boxer, and you manoeuvre yourself into a situation where you started swinging. Like,
He doesn't even start swinging though, he just gives him a jab and knocks him out cold. And the guy, I quite like seeing people get their comeuppance.
have
Have you seen him on the golf course where the guy ends up in the lake?
Yeah.
Because he's accidentally taken on like an ice hockey player.
Yeah, love it. I live for it.
And
Like, live for
the best thing
comeuppances.
about that is, right, the ice hockey player just completely shakes him down. And at one point, he punches him 3 times. And every time he punches him, he goes, bang, 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 and then throws the guy in the lake for being a dickhead. It's so enjoyable. Anyway, we said we'd do an email as well, Peter.
We did say we'd do an
Congratulations to Malcolm for his
well
new
done,
player,
Malcolm.
though. What about this email from our friend? Oh, who's it from? George. Hello, George.
Hello,
to you,
George.
He says, "Hi up, lads. After the deep dive into your fascination with the lest we forgetification of scaffolding companies a while back, do you remember that?
Yeah.
A fascination I'm happy to admit I'd share. I thought you both enjoy this. I'm an architectural technologist in Sheffield, a job which often takes me to active building sites in which I've seen and heard all manner of interesting views. On a recent site visit over in Chesterfield, however, I was met with what can only be described as the worst thing I've ever seen. I had to spend around 3 hours with this guy, and I couldn't take my eyes off it for most of that time. I'll leave the description to the attached photo up to you guys. But let me hear your thoughts. Like, essentially, how would you describe that, Peter?
It's very arty-farty.
It looks like he's done it himself.
It looks like he's done it himself. It looks like he... charitably, I feel like it might even have been like dipped, like a design that, when you dip some aqua dipping, you put the water on the water.
Use it for tie-dye, use it for kind of psychedelic kind of imagery and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, but like actually quite precise things. It feels like that's the only way you could dip a helmet like that. Or he's just sat there and, got it painted by... maybe a...
Describe it, Peter.
It's a multicoloured, poppy red, stone grey hat that somebody has painted. Basically, it's a protective helmet that somebody has painted, lest we forget, and a soldier,
the unknown soldier,
and there's poppies and all that stuff. It looks a little bit like an art project, not a particularly good one. And he's put it all over his helmet. It looks demented. And presumably those things have to be yellow and reflective high vis to sort of see stuff.
What do you think it is about builders, labourers, scaffolders, whatever, and this specific imagery? Why do you think? Why does it go together? I don't understand what.
I was being uncharitable. There's probably a bit right wing stuff in it.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, but fine. But you don't see.
Because right wing's always gone after people who've worked those jobs. No. So they sort of, we're the ones who speak to you.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that's not the only working class / right wing job.
Mm.
It just seems to lend itself to that specific field.
Is that?
You don't see it. I mean, I suppose you don't really see that many kind of family-owned businesses anymore. But you don't. So for example, right? I was talking to you about the.
You don't see them on butchers
or plumbers. Plumbers even.
Just scaffolders
and builders.
Mainly scaffolders, but they're apparently people slate them and stuff. There's a bloke on Twitter who basically tries to defend the scaffolding. I don't know why scaffolders get a rough ride with the rest of the building fraternity.
Do they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they sort of see them as the bottom of the food chain, which I don't really understand because it's quite the way you sort of see people sort of put scaffolding up. I don't know how they sort of decide where, what parts take all of the strain. How
got to be strong.
Exactly. Yeah, you've got so that they're sort of regarded as being like drummers. They're like a bit thick and strong.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I don't understand that. I don't understand where that comes from because at the end of the day, it's easy to put a wall up if you're using cement. It's harder if you're using just metal.
Yeah, I think
and a loud drill.
It's quite a problematic comparison for a number of different ways. But what I don't like about this is I had this debate with a friend of mine the other day, which is that it pisses me off, and it goes back to what we're talking about in terms of the class system in this country. That far too often, even when people don't realise they're doing it, they associate working class people and people who haven't got much money as stupid.
Right.
Like it's single-handedly, like the rhetoric, like for example, is, Nigel Farage, all the working class people just get taken in by him because they're stupid, and we know better. In metropolitan London, we know better.
But you target,
we see through the lies.
Yeah, but they physically, they target people in those demographics, don't they?
Yeah, because
they know they get short shrift elsewhere.
No, because their lives are hard, not because they're stupid.
Yeah, I know.
But it's mistaken for people being stupid.
Yeah, and also I think
if you're sold a lie by people you're supposed to trust for years and years and years, and you believe that lie, that's not because you're stupid. That's because you've been manipulated.
But the annoying thing is you. In the same way that everyone gets manipulated, and the annoying thing that always gets me is that working class people are racist as well.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
Which
it's totally untrue.
Throughout history, it has been proven that the working classes have done more for, or done more with, welcomed in more people than the aristocracy would.
The people who, if time and time again, the data does show. I looked it up. Time and time again, the data does show the people who have by far the most reason to hate immigration. As a general rule, aren't bothered by it.
Yeah.
And we're living in a bit of a strange time at the moment. But the thing you've got to factor in about the current climate is just the sheer amount of brain-rotting lies that are on people's primary source of news, right?
Yeah.
So it started off with Fox News and that kind of stuff in the US before the internet properly took off. But now it's just relentless. You can't tell what's real and what isn't, quite literally. So you can't blame people for being like that. And also people who haven't got as much money don't have anywhere near the opportunities in this country because that's how it works. Anyway, that hard hat is a fucking disgrace. More importantly.
Yeah, I mean...
But I am interested... I was just really interested in why they've tacked onto that particularly. Because it could have been anything. If you could make... I know that the kind of Remembrance Sunday... etymology of this is from the First World War. I get that. But you would argue that in terms of a cultural impact, D-Day, the Battle of Britain, a load of Second World War stuff, even some other stuff as well, should be as ripe for this as that.
But it's the iconography, I suppose, isn't it? That's the one
which
that
is
kind
powerful.
Of held on. Yeah, the poppy and all that stuff.
Even more than the Spitfire?
Seems... Yeah, you see Spitfires around.
Part of it.
You see,
yeah.
See all kinds of Spitfire nonsense.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. On that note, let's get out of here, Peter. Yeah. Take us away.
Take us away from this stuff. Yes, we'll be back, lest we forget, on Monday. Look after yourselves over the weekend, and do drop us an email. hello@patreon.com. Ta-ta. Say goodbye, Luke.
Oh, goodbye. I thought you were doing that. Sorry.